Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Old World and Egypt, where I think if everything goes according to plan, in this part, well, this part and the next part, I think we will actually maybe finish the game up, because we'll get an mission victory. Assuming I don't suffer any delays. Which may be asking for quite a bit. Maybe I'm overestimating how easy it's going to be to get this done. You have legendary. So we need to get some over here to build the third bath, which we can do after the wonder's done fairly easily. Or I could build a worker in a year and have that worker do it. Okay. We're not legendary here. We will be in 25 turns. We're likely to have actually won in 25 turns, so maybe I want to return about that. We'll build the towers instead. Okay. The architect. That makes sense. We're building wonders. Send food to them. They'll owe us a thing. Let's piece grease. Don't need them coming in off of the side and causing a problem. Wait. No, I own that tile. Like... Why not? Oh, there probably isn't a way to clear a marsh. Okay. Go there and build a quarry. Fertile land adjacent to mountains or... Okay. So this is not the right type of land to build a marsh on. Or build a quarry on, apparently. Because we're not next to the mountains and we're not... appropriate for what I want to do. If I come over here, can I build the heated baths? Yes. Do moat into towers here. There's a border. Well, pretty much every place except for the capital is a border city. I haven't done very much aggressive expansion, so everywhere is the border. Which is maybe one reason to be a little bit more military aggressive than I have been. That'll finish in 5. I think we got 2 of the 3 baths under construction, so it's just getting the 3rd one. And in 3 turns we'll have the wonder done. Legacy has been secured. Named after ancestor, mother, ancestor. We'll go with the ancestor. I believe that's actually the first one. Line. Becomes loyal. They're nice, but we must end. Because I'm going to assume that we're loyal to our wife. But that's alluding at choose a new governor, yes. Ah, all the candidates here already have a job, which means I have no one to spare. Yeah, okay, we'll cancel them because we don't have any choice. We don't have a good choice, let's say. What are we missing to do a bath here? It's probably the city adjacency. Urban adjacency rules, yeah. Okay, so I just need to find an appropriate place to do it. Back up then. Could overwrite the cold baths, could overwrite the Odon. No, let's overwrite the Odon. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So in 6 turns, we'll complete control the heated baths. And I think that means in 6 turns we win. So that's kind of making a lot of the choices I'm now doing less important. Maybe not unimportant, just less important. Let's grab the quarry person. Up there. We'll grab... Oh, that one miner alone goes and grabs all that territory. Nice. Okay, let's do that too. Recently proven its good sense and insight gain plus wisdom. Okay. Warm baths. We're not needing to go for a 4th hot bath, but we'll go ahead and build it anyway. You're done being built. Let's push you down here. Put them behind the people. Too far from a friendly city, otherwise we could harvest it. City production. Yeah, we probably do want you to moat and tower up. And with that, the wonder should be done. So we should be getting 2 ambitions done back to back. Yep. Queen's Legacy has been completed. And the Ambition 7 Wonders is completed. This wonder, my legacy shall endure. Sure. We need a new governor. We've got governors here at least to hand out, so that's not going to be a problem. We're commanding archery range there. I'm not opposed to that. That makes reasonable sense. In theory, I'm allowed to accelerate these. No. I don't know how to accelerate these. This is a different problem. Obviously that's not the thing. Okay. you know, we'll just go down this way and work a little bit more on quarries. Those heated baths are done. That's good to see. Let's get you off the tile that's actively hurting you. Expand your mine a bit. And we now control that urban tile. So in theory, I can actually build... No. Not working the way I think I did. Okay. Still fine. This city's not going to get anywhere near mountains, so we can put these Tyrannosaurus here, and then allow us to build urban buildings around here. The Indian Ocean. Okay. Okay. We'll grab those. One of those will provide a little bit of a territory buff. One of those will just provide us some ranchers, which is a little bit more growth. Oh, interesting. The coding's struggling a little bit with the game. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Humble requests provided you stone. Sure. Got the King Carthage. Pass to them. The agent disappeared. Turn his head, or just bribe him to give us some false info. We don't need to make the agent disappear. We'll just tell him, you know, here's money. Go tell him this. Don't tell him that we told him to tell you that. And you may be fine. You may be fine. Grab the moat into towers. It's not going to make a real difference at this point, but... Oh, and we never even got that Wonder done. Colossus is not done. It'll be done in 3 turns. Barding will finish in a turn. Then, what, the Bath? Is what we're working on? The Bath is 3 turns. Okay, so I think we will finish the... We'll just finish the Colossus just with the game. Oh, and the Circus Maximus won't be finished. It'll be in the process of being finished. Discover burning. Another ambition complete. Okay, don't really need either of those. We'll go scholarship next, I think. Forum in this case is actually giving us orders because of the Acropolis. So let's crank out the Forum. Veterinary culture, which you won't have yet. Oh, that's fine. Oh, I have a bunch of luxuries to hand out. The keystone. Okay. There's another heated bath. Yeah. Okay, let's hand out those luxuries. We do have some demands. Say you. Of course, salt is one of the ones we don't end. Or do we have? We have some salt. Okay, so you can have your salt. And your fur. You want olives? Then we got some olives, yeah. Got the family all their resources. Could go around to the cities to raise city happiness. This is probably actually more sensible rather than giving it out to the foreigners. Some of our cities aren't happy. Like this one isn't happy. Give you some. Give you some lavender. And we'll give you pearls. Okay, at that point everyone is happy, or at least getting happy. And then we can shore up some of our... relations by giving some luxuries out to them. Here we go. And then let's end the turn, and I believe win the game. Got Heat Bath 1, Heat Bath 2, Heat Bath 3. Well, apparently from the coder standpoint, we sometimes have a little bit of lag on the end turn at this point in the game. Colossus completed, Necropolis completed, person has died. We're now at the Fountainhead. Quite title increases the legitimacy of the leader, sentimental was great. Being preferred because of improvements and wonders finished. Okay. Complete the ambition, control 3 heated baths. Choice of legacy. Continue the game to achieve multiple different legacies or victories. You may still lose the game to another player satisfies the conditions in the meantime. We're not gonna go do this one. Legacy is secure. We're gonna take the ambition victory. We're like 10 points off of the score victory, and really that would be how we'd win at this point. If we were to try to go for the other victory, we're just gonna take the ambition victory. Egypt is one ambition victory. Show me how this came to pass. So that's how things looked at the end, supposedly. Interesting. Okay, I'm surprised there's a big hole up here and hole over here. But yeah. Yeah, we start out... Time starts to go. We did have it set up the AI starts on average with more cities than us, but not by much. We were able to reasonably quickly catch up with most of them. And you can see probably why this area was the lowest, because apparently it doesn't start us all equally. It started 1 AI plus 1, 1 AI down 1. where we reasonably expanded to our natural expand. Now, arguably, we had a couple of neighboring cities that would have probably been reasonable places to expand to if we wanted to play a more aggressive game instead of an ambition run. Looks like our first monarch may have had the longest reign. So that the third. Okay, first monarch is dead. Here's the second monarch. And these are our leaders. Ah, so he was already alive by the time the first one died. Okay, that's probably why he didn't necessarily live for too long. Or what? Maybe he was actually one of the longer lived leaders, just didn't spend it all leading, if that makes sense. Intrepid did the Mason. And yeah, what I didn't notice was that this city down here was vulnerable. So that was actually probably what sort of undermined our defense, and why we had a bit of a hard time trying to defend ourselves. And this guy lost one to rebels. Don't know why he lost that one. Presumably he also lost that one to rebels as well. And then these were barbarian held. Oh, so probably actually lost that one to the Greeks. The Greeks probably took that one in the war. King Regent was born. Okay. So he was born before that one was even born. Okay. Interesting order of events. And we took over the city that had fallen to rebels. On to monarch number 4. It was probably the third longest living of our monarchs. At least in control, right? He had 21 years. Not as much as the 32 of his predecessor, or the 36, 37 of the first one. That's when our last leader was born. The second to last had been around for quite a while, but he was just the regent, so he was pretty old when he took the throne. And of course, the regent has the lowest amount of time on the throne because he was only on it for four years. The Intrepid, the Mason, the Keystone, the Keystone. So we had 2 Keystones. The Architect, the New. I don't think he's ever going to become anything but the New, because, you know, he's the regent. The Mason, because of lots of things getting completed as soon as he comes into rulership. The Architect. And okay, so the regent actually does end up dying before the end of the reign. And that was basically the timeline. Saga's won the single-player game. Yep. So we had the greatest national wealth, which isn't super surprising. We weren't playing at a particularly high difficulty. A little surprised, actually, at the highest population, but we were focusing and not necessarily on being so aggressive with military, which allowed us more opportunities to grow our cities. Didn't have the most specialists, so even though I had more people than other people, I wasn't able to turn them into specialists as well as as two of the other players. Both Greece and Babylon had more. Apparently, I had the least amount of workers. Granted, we lost some during war. So I probably, if I was going to be trying to be competitive with the AI, I probably just need more workers, apparently. That's a thing to remember for high difficulty. Units produced. I was definitely going quality over quantity. All the AI had more units than me. Probably should have done more units as well. Especially if I was going to do something more aggressive. Mercenary tribe unit? Oh, I never recruited any mercenary tribe units. We got gifted some by event. Well, I say gifted, we paid for them in the event, but we had some that way, but... And, like, being second on here doesn't surprise me, because we did have some. But, we didn't have them. And apparently don't count, because they weren't mercenaries. They were spawned in. Units lost. Apparently... Oh, no. This is scoring by golf rules, right? We lost the fewest units, which is why we're in first. Which is maybe not surprising because I didn't have very many units. Though, was getting real close to coming in second there. Military units killed. I didn't do a lot of war, so it's maybe not surprising. I didn't kill very many. And maybe that's not a good sign from my effectiveness of using them, because the person who came in number 2 of the units lost came in last with units killed. So I was only a little bit better at him than killing them. And then obviously the big fighters have high numbers of both. Camps cleared. I didn't clear very many. In fact, I technically cleared none of them. Laws adopted. I adopted 7. Which actually put me tied with the person who got basically last place. I apparently did the least research. And had the shortest reign. My monarchs apparently didn't live very long. Courtiers were recruited, didn't recruit very many. Ruins explored. Did explore the most. Controlled the most improvements, so that's... You can probably see, that's probably why I end up winning in the end, because I'm building stuff. The AI is maybe not being the best at getting their more workers. They got more workers. Right, but I'm actually building stuff with the workers. And then, obviously, I controlled the most wonders at the end. I think I had one more to build. I'm not sure how many there is in the game offhand. At least 12, because there was 12 built. And I think I had one more to build, so it's probably like 13. Growth. So yeah, I got the most growth. That's probably where I hit the most people. Civics I was capping out to places, so it wasn't going to be able to get much better than that. Culture... Somewhat surprised that we're being out-cultured, but I think they also are out-cityed, so if they've got more cities, that's not surprising. Happiness. Happiness here is initially right. Every new city you build has a happiness malus. And it's until you solve that and you start going up. So I actually did stuff to make my cities happy. Everyone else, at best, did stuff to make their cities not angry. Fair enough. Science. I wasn't doing very good in science, apparently. I thought I was doing a little... Well, I think I was doing reasonably well until I decided I had objectives that weren't science-related. And then we had to start moving away from that to do other things. Yeah, I was doing pretty well, apparently, until I decided... You can see... And then the science goes poof. That would have been like the second monarch. Probably lost our scientist. One of our leaders was probably really good at science and they died. So we dropped a bunch. And then we dropped a bunch there. Probably one of the major leaders that was really good at science died. Cost rise. Fix the budget. So this was a wonder. I'm pretty sure that was the wonder there. One of the wonders being built just reduced upkeep costs by a bunch in a lot of cities. And then at that point I'd started doing what I needed to make money, so money starts going up. Food's going to be real high. Yeah, I was probably making too much food the entire time. Orders. We ended with the most orders per turn, but we're definitely not always the best. Off to a pretty good lead. That wasn't able to keep up. And some of the other cities got ahead. Iron I could have definitely done better on, though iron was mostly gets used in building troops and building quarries. Well, once I started building troops, we never really had enough, but before that we had plenty. Stone. Stone's mostly used in building city buildings and wonders. And this is also production, so you can just see at some point, like, I want to build wonders, and I really don't have enough stone, do I? Because the down here is I'm building too many city buildings and not building the quarries. So I start just like quarry. Give me quarries. Give me more quarries. Yep. Wood. Basically no production until you invent lumberjack. And so you can see some people are actually running wood deficits because they too late to get the wood lumberjack. They got wood needs. Mostly archers, I believe. So ours takes off to an somewhat early lead comparison to everyone else. And then basically most of the game I had too much wood production because I wasn't planning on stuff. Because again, most of the upkeep is archers. And you can probably see, this is probably an archer boom. This is me probably pushing out some archers. And this is probably the war area over here. Post-war, obviously a bunch of archers come in, which consumes our wood, and then more archers are coming in. But yeah, still plenty of wood. Military score. I'm not surprised that that's probably why I'm struggling with military in that one war. Territory. At the end, apparently had the most territory. I don't think I had the most cities. And then obviously, I was apparently doing better than the AI was at exploring. Resource prices. Other than the bit in the middle where I was selling food, prices generally went up. Victory points. Wasn't necessarily doing the best in victory points, as you can see. You get 1 victory point for every city culture level. So every city at start, worth 1 victory point. So you can see the AI starts a little ahead of me. Because we don't even start with the city count, so we start at 0, right? They start a little bit ahead of us because they start with 1, 2, and 3 cities, depending on which AI it was. Though we were both a little bit comboed with being able to get our cities a little bit better cultured than theirs, and building wonders, because wonders are also worth score. We're able to take ahead of that. I definitely imagine if we were on higher difficulty, where the AI starts with more cities, and is better able to compete for the wonders, that we probably wouldn't be that ahead on the victory score. And apparently we were, most of the time I was doing a good job at leading in legitimacy. Legitimacy is a good way to get more orders, so it was definitely something I was looking to do very often. Didn't really care about family opinion. Ideally didn't want it negative. This period in here where it was negative, we were having the occasional revolt, which wasn't ideal. Religion opinion, same sort of thing. You don't want it negative. Well, you don't want it negative if that religion is in your country. So Christianity wasn't, so I didn't really care about it. And then we did a reasonable job at keeping it reasonably happy. Like Egyptian paganism here, yeah, it's in most of our cities, so we want it reasonably happy. We didn't necessarily keep it super happy. Stuff happened, and we were sort of neglecting it near the end, but that's fair. And yeah, I think that's that menu. More further story will continue. We'll do that so I can put a quick save in. And so we can go look around the cities if we wanted to. So after that war, I was definitely thinking, okay, if we weren't queued up to win an ambition victory, it was definitely build up the military. Maybe potentially for revenge war later. Build up the military, see them posturing both locations. A lot less guys at this point. Though it might be because their quality is getting better. Spearmen are definitely, I think, better than what we're using. Oh, that's a conscript. I thought that was swordsman. If that was swordsman, it would definitely be better quality. Yeah. I think I started off the war with some archers, and then we got into the Bodkin arrow. And the actual longbow coming in here definitely came in clutch. Could have done with a little bit more melee after the cavalry and stuff got destroyed, but we didn't have really good places to build that. But yeah, that was Old World. As you can probably tell, I am not the best at playing it, which is why we weren't playing on a particularly high difficulty. Granted, I'm probably not the best at playing because I just haven't played enough. It's probably something where you get better at it and the more you play. We were able to complete it in 142 turns. So this is the third part of the stream. So I think the next stream in 4 days will presumably be a new game. And I'll presumably need to record a 5-part game, or 5-part stream, because we're only going to have a 3-parter today. Because I don't know what I want to do after this. Seriously, don't know what I want to do after this. I've got 4 days to figure that out. But yeah, this is where this is finishing. It'll probably be like Field of Glory Empires. Probably do the Persia run next. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying. This is where this part is going to end. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. So if you've got any comments, now's a good last point to bring them in. I'll go over the schedule for the next couple days, which I suppose for YouTube this time, all of this should probably have been recorded yesterday or before. So Tuesday will be the continuation of Terra Invicta in the Resistance run. Wednesday will be the continuation of the Banished Vault. I suspect we'll finish that one up, and I do have a plan for what that one will be if it finishes early, which is Shadow Empire. The day after that will be XCOM. We may finish that one up in that one. I did do a little bit of spoiler on the wiki, looking at the wiki to see what is the process to actually winning. And I think we're in the process. Whether or not we can get it to finish is maybe up for debate, but we're in the process of finishing up XCOM. And then Friday will be the new game. And we'll probably have to do a 5-part stream on Friday to get that done. And to get enough of a breather space in again. Because otherwise we've only got the 3 parts recorded today, which is going to eat one of my spare slump days from editing, uploading, and stuff. But that's the upcoming schedule. I hope you have all enjoyed. We did go ahead and finish... Finish the Colossus. This one, the Acropolis. Yeah, okay. Not actually going to do anything else, I just want to see. So yeah, two wonders completed there, and then we had the Circus Maximus in the process, which is the last wonder to build. Yep, that's how this game went, and that's the upcoming schedule. So I hope you've all enjoyed. Until next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.